Cabrakan.
Hello guys and welcome. Today I just wanna make a quick video, a guide for playing Cabrakan in SMITE 2 Battleground of the Gods. Now he's actually called Cabrakan, but we used to call him Cabrakan because he was always one of the best and most overpowered characters in history of SMITE. And he was actually really a fun character to play. There are so many different items you can build on him, and the higher level you are, the more movement speed you have, the faster attack speed you have, and the animation always looks so amazing for Cabrakan. Well, the current animation in SMITE 2 for Cabrakan first one and basic attack doesn't look that impressive, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna update it sooner or later. Well, I also hope they're gonna add a leaderboard and some rewards and maybe online tournaments for Arena. Now that we got this out of the way, let's talk about Cabrakan. He's actually a very interesting character to play, and he was always a very overpowered character, especially if you build him correctly, right? If you bought the correct auras, the cooldown. Once you get 30-40% cooldown in SMITE 1, he really started to feel like a more complete character, just like most Guardians and support type of characters. Once you get a lot of cooldown, you could actually have his 1 up almost permanently, because once you used it, it immediately go on the cooldown, even though effect lasted for like 5-7 seconds. So it was actually really interesting. There are still some really strong items in the game you can buy. Right, you can buy Shogun Kuzari, which gives attack speed to your whole team, and it actually increases your basic attack speed animation timer, which means, you know, Shogun Kuzari is not only good for your AD carries and guys who use basic attacks, but also any god that animation cancels, like Susano, even Thor, right? And it's actually really good for clearing objectives in Conquest and even in Arena. You have items like Gladiator Shield that gives you bonus damage, depends on how many protections you have. I usually on Guardians, if you play, when you play Guardian support, you always want to check, you know, how many physical or how many magical gods they have. If they have 3-4 physical gods, you want to rush items like Spectral Armor or Gladiator Shield. Right, if you have a lot of guys who use basic attacks and such, you can also go Warflag starter, right? If you have a lot of mages in your team, you can go Voidstone to buff your mages. It's very good in Arena where double mage composition is pretty much meta, right? In most Conquest games you're actually gonna play against usually 3-4 physical gods. I mean, that was pretty much how counter building worked in SMITE 1. Now it's a bit different because a lot of gods do, you know, magical, physical damage. Is very confusing. People say that the new system is so godly good but in my opinion, like, I feel like they kind of destroyed counter building. They made it more confusing. We don't have any, you know, protection auras anymore, so you cannot really buy virginity against 3-4 physical compositions. There is no runic shield anymore in the game that was really good against mages and in Arena and against 3-4 magical compositions, right? Now most Guardians, you know, they just go either Warflag or Selfless starter, you know, Guardian starter, and then they go like Glad Shield, Spectral Armor, Shogun Kuzari, Voidstone, Void Shield. All these items are really strong auras at the moment. So if you see my build, you know, in this case I went Warflag, Spectral Armor, Gladiator Shield into Shogun Kuzari, and I think Voidstone and something else, right? So this is pretty much the Guardian meta currently. If you go auto build, you know, you wanna max your 2, right? People usually, you know, they play one-shot Cabrakan against people that boost 0 protections or people that are 3-4 level under them and then think they are good at the game. But when you play against in Arena against competitive players who actually know how to counter build, or in any game mode in fact, and when there is not much level difference, these one-shot builds don't really work, right? You want to have a consistent build, right? And that's why you level up your 2. Your 2 is really good poke, and now for some reason you can use it twice, right? Because Cabrakan wasn't overpowered already before, you know. He's really strong pressure guardian. You can't really miss much. He has good movement speed, good mobility. He feels good to play. So, you know, I'm glad they added it. I also, you know, I would also appreciate it if they would give the SMITE 1 fans who had Fight Loki skin. This was one of the best Cabrakan skin in the game, and I actually got it only for like 400 gems in SMITE 1. It was really a great deal, right? So I feel like this is how they could actually make SMITE 1 fans a bit more happy. Like they implement some good skins from, you know, like Fat Loki, Cabrakan, Pirate Soulback, and give SMITE 1 fans for free, and if SMITE new 2 players, they give it a big good discount, you know. Also, yes, now we're just gonna get new gods every week, so which means there will barely any real updates, you know, in my opinion. Like we really need leaderboard and rewards and some online tournaments for Conquest, Joust and Arena if they want this game to succeed. So let me know what you guys think. Have you played Cabrakan before? And what is your favorite god currently in the game? Let me know in the comments. And have a nice day and have a good sleep. I wish you a good night, guys. And peace.
Time to get active! Counter their curses! Retreat! Overpower and manipulate!
An ally has been slain! You have slain an enemy! The enemy has 50 tickets remaining! Double kill! Killing spree! Double kill! An enemy has been slain! It's not possible! Defend middle lane! Minions have reached your portal! An enemy has been slain!
Overpower and manipulate! Dispel their attacks!
An enemy has been slain!
Your